story of LeMaitre is pretty classic American garage startup. My dad started it in 1983. He just barely got the thing going, and then my mother and I came along to sort of make it more institutionalize it, get it going more as a company rather than as a product line. So the story's father, mother, and son.
My husband was always an inventor, even around the house. Some good, some not so good. He loved to fix things, and he particularly liked to fix things that had problems. And he saw a big problem with the number of amputations and the vascular problems in the legs, and he contrived a new way of doing things. He felt that by leaving the vein in place and cutting the valves so the blood would flow, it was much better results than taking a vein out and turning it around.
My dad's first patient for the valvulotome was actually a doctor in Massachusetts, and his choice was amputation or use the valvulotome. The doctor chose, hey, let's try this new valvulotome. It worked great. 6 months later, the patient came back and said, in the ultimate compliment, hey, can you do my second leg as well? So for the first 5 years, the company was my dad getting the product contract manufactured, and my dad would run around with a briefcase without a trade show booth at all the vascular trade shows, buttonholing vascular surgeons and saying, would you like to see my device? Some of them thought that he was crazy. Some of them thought he was a genius, and then it all worked out.
It was really founded in our home and then moved to my husband's private surgical office in Andover.
My dad's surgical office was around 2,000 square feet, and we had a small cube in the back hallway devoted to the company. It was literally just a phone, a computer, and I remember sitting in the chair. My dad's, the door from my dad's actual office would bump into my chair.
We needed more space, so we moved to a 4-room office, I believe, in North Andover, maybe for a year or two, and then realized things were going very well, and we should be hiring more, and perhaps more technical people, etc. So we moved to Burlington.
The second piece of this story is the professionalization of management. We hired Dave Roberts in 1997 to go out and do acquisitions, and then also J.J. Pellegrino came in right before the IPO to help on the CFO side.
The company has grown a lot since I joined. In 1997, we were about $2 to $3 million in revenue, and this year we expect to be about $190 million in revenue. When I joined, we had 12 employees, and now we have 600. We didn't have a sales force. Now we have about 130 in offices all over the world.
The people at LeMaitre, I think, are different maybe from folks at other companies in a few ways. One is certainly they embrace the mission of saving limbs and lives. LeMaitre employees are also independent-minded and independent in action, and I think we give them the space and the time and the resources to do that and to accomplish what they want to accomplish in their everyday lives and as their careers progress over time.
It feels really good knowing you're helping your human brethren, and so that's really fundamentally it. But it's also a nice culture. It's a culture where we're small enough that you can appreciate the contribution of each individual. It's also a culture where hard work and productivity are rewarded. It's a real meritocracy, and I think people like that in a job. There's a certain fairness to it that people appreciate.
If you're thinking about working at the company, I hope you'll recognize us as a serious, long-term vascular player where you can put your career in safe hands.